Hello, everyone. First of all, I want to start off by thanking Coach Beamer giving me the opportunity to be here. Um, it's been a whirlwind here the last couple of days, just taking everything in. One thing I get from everything that I've been here these last couple of days is there's a lot of great people around here, and I'm looking forward to it. My family's excited about getting here. They got to finish school back in College Station, but they, excited about being here, and we're grateful. Blessed and fortunate. Looking forward to, helping, win ball games and develop these young men into life. But with that being said,
Marquel, David Cloninger with the Post and Courier. You've seen him kind of from the opposite sideline the past 2 years. What's it like going to be to coach Rocket Sanders?
looking forward to it. A great football player. Talking to him the last couple of days, a great person. Looking forward to him coming in and competing and getting this room to be an elite room in the SEC.
Hey, Coach Blackwell, Joe Manchik at GamecockCentral.com. So my first question is, it's rare when you can come into a running backs room that is fully restocked like this one is. How much did that entice you, and how much did that make an impact in your decision to come to South Carolina?
I've been in this situation before, 2 places ago, where everybody was in the room new. We had a pretty good season, so hopefully that, we have some luck in that happens that way. But just meeting with those guys and, just talking to them, really what we want to do is build a strong foundation where we support, take care of each other, make sure we're getting better every day, and doing things the right way. Looking for those guys to be leaders of first of all, being a great, leaders of the offense, and hopefully we can be leaders of the team, which we're developing, being a special group, So just talking with those guys, and, they look pretty excited. I'm looking forward to getting going with them.
Hey, Markel, Pete Iacobelli with the Associated Press here in town. Similar to what I asked James, what do you want to see? What are people going to see out of your running backs when they hit the field this fall?
Tough, competitive group. Guys that's physical, making one guy miss, and big explosive plays. But I always tell them every time before we play a game or as we going through that preparation, there's 2 things we need to do to be successful. It's, one, we must take care of the football, all right, and the next thing, we must take care of the quarterback. All right, if we do those 2 things, we'll be fine.
Hey, Coach, I'm Hale McGranahan with the BigSpur.com. When you're evaluating running backs, high school level, college level, whatever, what are some of the things you want to see in a guy that you're trying to target and recruit and get to join your football team?
Obviously, you want to get a size, but we know we're not seeing guys, big guys. We're not being seen guys that's smaller. But I think you got to have tough guys. At that position, you have to have guys that's explosive, make people miss in small spaces, willing blockers. And guys. Ultimately you want a 3-down guy. And hopefully our room was full of 3-down guys. And like I told them before, I've been fortunate to coach a lot of good rooms, going back to my days at Toledo, West Virginia. Had a really good group at Ole Miss. There's enough balls. We just got to do things the right way.
Hey, Marquel, Mike, you have a Gamecock Central. Oh, here we go. Man, I'm not the biggest guy. What makes you the running back coach that you are? I'm sure there's multiple layers to that, recruiting and developing and all that, but to you, what makes you you?
I always take pride in being a ball coach. Not just a specific coach. I've been fortunate enough to coach a lot of positions. I grew up a quarterback, so the biggest thing with that is letting them see the game through the quarterback eyes. From a standpoint of knowing what everybody's doing. It's amazing some places that, guys just know how to run the ball. You know what I mean? But if you run the ball and you know what everybody's doing, that tends to translate into really good things.
Hey, Marquel, Jordan Kay with the State newspaper. Over the last 13, 15 years, there's not many guys who have been at more places than you. You're not new to coming into a room and not knowing anyone. How have you learned over that time to create buy-in with a group of guys you don't know?
I want to start. That deal was, if you look at it, it was a progression. It wasn't nothing really lateral. You know what I mean? And I mean, I say that because that's using recruiting. You know what I mean? But the biggest thing is trust. You know what I mean? Being around those guys, they have to trust you. The next thing is being honest and upfront. You know, owning the standard, understanding the standard, holding everybody accountable to the standard. The next thing is communication. You know, we must communicate. You know, I just went through it with a couple of those guys, and that's, you know, that's a big thing with me. You know, I'm not a guy that's just gonna sit back and say, hey, this is the only way you do things. You know what I mean? You got a lot of different guys that come from a lot of different places that you got to relate a lot of different ways. You know, so just being open, honest. You know what I mean? But understanding what the standard is and holding them to it.
Hey, Coach, being a quarterback yourself in the past, now being a running backs coach, there are a couple guys in this quarterback room that could participate pretty highly in the run game. They've got some wheels. Just how tempted are you going to be to maybe stick your head into that room as well?
I'm gonna stay in my lane, man. You know what I mean? We got some great coaches around here, you know, and a lot of those guys will do what they have to do. My most important deal is making sure I take care of what I need to take care of, you know, and just keep developing those guys and making sure, you know, that we become great teammates. And if those guys do run, we're there to clean them up and get them up, pick them up. You know, we're looking forward to it.
Hi, Coach. Welcome to Columbia. Rick Henry, WIS-TV, right here in town. When you mentioned toughness, how do you instill the level of toughness in a guy or in a group that meets your standards and maybe getting them to the level where they're tougher than they thought they could ever be?
Well, I think that comes with, you know, it starts with them first, really. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can look at that, you know, but just, I mean, making that thing meaningful for them, you know what I mean, and holding them, you know, teaching them, been hurt, been injured. I mean, we're in the position where you go get banged up, you go get hit. You can't avoid that. You know what I mean? But it comes through as a progression with that, you know, how you attack the weight room. You know what I mean? What kind of rest you're getting? What kind of recovery? Are you putting the things in to get it? You know, I had told the story to a couple of those guys. I had Kareem Hunt at Toledo when I first got there, and he was 230 pounds. And he couldn't get through the run. You know what I mean? And we had a great conversation. He didn't like it. Next day he came in and said he go do what he took it to do. He went on and had an awesome year, you know what I mean? So it's really within, you know what I mean? When you talk about toughness, you know what I mean? I don't think you can really teach toughness, you know what I mean? You know, it's a physical toughness and it's a mental toughness. I could help with the mental toughness part of it, but the physical toughness, that's got to come from within.
Hey, Marquel, Jack Velcher at GamecockCentral.com. Just wanted to ask you, kind of like what Jordan said earlier with, you know, you being at a lot of different spots over the last few years, how long does it take you to kind of get acclimated to being in a new place? And what is that adjustment period like when you're, you know, just coming into town and you're kind of getting your feet wet at first?
I'm all ball. You know, I'm trying to, you know, make sure we do the right thing in recruiting, getting caught up on that, you know, talking and going to see those guys. And then, like I said, the relationship part of my room is making sure I'm there and we talking and we communicating with that, you know what I mean? My wife and kids won't be here probably till May, so I'll be all ball and all about the players.
Alan Cole, GamecockScoop.com. James was talking a little bit about what stands out to him about Shane in meetings. Anything that jumps out at you about just getting to know him these first few days?
Man, Coach is awesome. I mean, he's straightforward. He's organized. He know what he wants. I'm looking forward to, you know, Coach Cole has been with him for a while, but just he talked, you know, in this whole process, talked to me about just the, you know, the things that, you know, Coach is about, you know, and you can see it, you know, and I'm looking forward to working with him and doing what I got to do to help him in this program progress to where we got to go. Thank you.